Coaching yourself to success. Big and micro goals. One of the questions I have in my intake questionnaire for new clients is asking if there are changes they want to make in their life that they haven't been able to do on their own or within their existing support systems. Most of us have something we have been wanting to accomplish for a while, but haven't found a way to get it done, in spite of trying many different times to figure it out solo or asking for help from the people we trust. This is a situation that we run into many times in our lives. People who hire a coach have usually exhausted every other option to arrive at their goal before being desperate enough to hire someone to help them. I know most of you don't want to pay me or another coach $100 or more an hour to help you achieve your goal. So I'm willing to give you my best information for free and give the motivated ones among you a chance to achieve your goals on your own before having to resort to hiring me or another coach. Although a motivated person can use this information that I'm about to give you, I'm sure you'll see the value in hiring a qualified coach in the future, because it does take you to the next level, and we're trained to challenge your limiting beliefs and also help you make micro goals and big goals. Figuring out what your big goal is the first step for many. Some people already know what their deepest unmet needs and desires are, and some people are so caught up in what other people think about them and trying to please and impress everyone else that they don't have any idea what their own truth is and what it is that they really want. If you are unsure of what you're passionate about in this life, or what your biggest problem is that needs solving, gaining self-knowledge is the first step. Once you know what your big goal is, the next step is putting it on paper and breaking it down into micro goals, baby steps that you know are possible for you to accomplish. When you make micro goals you can accomplish daily, you build confidence and momentum, and you learn that your goal is in fact possible, and you end up moving towards it faster and faster. When you break promises to yourself, it destroys momentum and makes you unsure if you really have what it takes. Breaking promises to yourself is often a result of making unrealistic micro goals and setting yourself up for failure. So I just want to give you some examples. So a lot of people try and quit using tobacco, quit smoking, and then make very unrealistic goals like I'm just going to do it cold turkey or without using any sort of nicotine gum or lozenges. And they're just like, no, I'm just going to stop. And without titrating yourself off the nicotine, like if you're smoking a pack a day, going from a pack to 15 cigarettes a day, and the next week you do 10 cigarettes a day, and the next week after that you do 5 cigarettes a day, and then you go down to 3, and then you go down to 1 a day, and then you use the gum, and then you use the gum for a couple months, and then eventually you can work with getting off of the gum. A lot of people I know have to stay on the gum or some sort of replacement or nicotine pouches or something just to stay off of the cigarettes. But these are all realistic goals. To go from 20 cigarettes a day to 15, that's a realistic goal. That's something that you can actually do. So your big goal, which is quitting smoking, and then you have your micro goal, which is gradual reduction in a realistic way. let's use a positive example instead of quitting something if you want to start something. So if you want to start working out, if you're someone who doesn't work out at all, maybe do a goal of walking outside for 20 minutes a day. Then you could up that to 40 minutes a day the next week. Then you can up that to an hour a day the next week. And then when you're generally in good enough shape to walk for an hour at a time, that's the time where you can join a gym and get a personal trainer and take it to the next level. But if you just jump into trying to go to the gym and work out like a bodybuilder and hiring a personal trainer when you're not in any sort of shape whatsoever, yeah, that personal trainer might give you easy stuff to do, but you're just like kind of spending a lot of money when you're not really in shape in the first place. So giving it, and you might get really frustrated with that, seeing the other people in there doing serious workouts while you're just doing really easy things, and you might feel bad about that. So doing those baby micro steps, the micro goals, is what'll get you there. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. Well, the hardest part is making a video. So your micro goals could be doing 2 videos a week. No matter what they are, no matter what the reception is, just doing that action, that's a micro goal. And if your goal is to have a successful YouTube channel, you can learn more and add new things to that, like adding text to your videos, doing editing of your videos, whatever it is. So there's a way to do this, and you have to make it realistic. And of course, you want to challenge yourself to a point. So you want to make it right on the edge of comfort. So whatever you're doing, you want to break out of your comfort zone, but you don't want to make it so you're not going to actually do it, and you'll find an excuse not to do it. These are things that you have to consider sacred. Once you decide to do something, the micro goals towards it, you need to hold that sacred, or you're breaking a promise to yourself, and that breaks momentum. One thing to remember about big and micro goals is that it's scientifically proven with neuroscience that they're exponentially more likely to happen if you write them down. So just keeping it in your head, it turns into a daydream. If you're going to just keep it in your head and be like, yeah, I'll do this, this, and this, it's like writing down your grocery list before going to the store instead of keeping it in here. You'll probably forget something if you don't write it down. So if you write down your big goal first, make a circle, write your big goal, and then decide what the step is towards it that week you're going to take. Whether it's doing something every day or a few times a week, it depends on what goal you have, but you make a micro goal for every week, and that's what a coach will make you do and hold you accountable. So when you write it down, you're more accountable. And if you hire a coach, you'll be even more accountable, and there's even more chance you'll get it done. But writing it down and crossing it off every day that you did that increases the levels of dopamine and serotonin in your brain. When you promise yourself you're going to do something, you do it, and you check that off your list, you get a high from that. Dopamine and serotonin is what goes through your brain when you do drugs. So when you take a line of cocaine or ecstasy or smoke weed, your body gets a dopamine imbalance because it's used to getting that without the work. So that's what people on drugs are chasing, is the reward chemicals your brain gets after doing work and working towards a goal. You basically get it without having to put in the work and having to pay for it. So that's why it causes an imbalance in your brain eventually, and you become addicted. So when you do get these reward chemicals in your brain, it encourages you to get more things done, and you make a pattern in your brain, a positive pattern, a habit pattern. And you end up smashing your micro goals and making even more, more, I don't want to say harder, but you end up pushing your comfort zone, and you end up making more lofty micro goals, but that you know that you're going to be able to do it, and you're used to the process of writing something down and doing it. And it's not rocket science. This is so simple. But a lot of people up to old age cannot figure this out, and that's why they stay stuck in life. And the power of writing it down, writing down your big goals and your micro goals, is huge. And that's the first step. Just writing them down, figuring out what they are and writing them down and sticking to it. And having the self-control to stick to it. And having the discipline to do your micro goals faithfully. And also in good faith, pick micro goals that you know you're going to do, but that are pushing your comfort zone. Whatever those are. I gave you a couple examples. But I'm sure you know what those are for you. Using the system I'm giving you and writing down your goals instead of keeping them all up in your head gives structure and accountability to the process of goal attainment. It helps you organize your thoughts. It's more rewarding, and most importantly, it makes your goals way more likely to be achieved. A good coach who has gotten the training and who gets coaching themselves and who is familiar with the whole process and the neuroscience behind it, will know that you're not really coaching someone unless you hold them accountable on a goal. So let's say I'm coaching someone every week or every 2 weeks. In that time in between, we're going to write down a couple micro goals that they're going to accomplish on a certain timetable. And I will help them be accountable for that. And when you know you have someone else, an accountability partner, you're much more likely to do it. And when that accountability partner is the one sitting with you when you're coming up with these things and helping you make realistic goals that you both know that you're going to do, it might be hard, it might be pushing your comfort zone, but you know you're going to do them. The micro goals are like bricks. So each week you do your micro goals, you're building towards that big goal. And eventually you will get there. And it's the organization, it's the accountability, it's the structure that makes this happen. It's more likely to happen when you write it down and you stay accountable towards it. If you keep it all up in here and you think you're smarter than everyone else, you'll realize that your goals will change all the time. You'll forget. You'll end up watching TV, but if you have it written down somewhere and you can go back to it, you'll have the urge to do your micro goals and check it off, because you do get those reward chemicals every time you do it. And if your goal really does mean something to you, you will do those things. So try what I said. Try to do it by yourself first. But most people, when they're trying to do something that they haven't been able to accomplish in their life, even with their existing support systems, they haven't been able to do it. Whether it's quitting smoking, starting working out, starting a new business, writing a book, whatever it is that your goal is, everyone has a different one. They've exhausted every other option before they hire a coach. So I'm giving to you for free the methodology that we use initially to help a client figure out what their goals are and then arrive at them. But if you're having trouble doing this, it's probably time for you to hire a coach if you're serious about getting it done. I'm available for coaching. It is $100 an hour. It'll be the best money you ever spent, and it's time to invest in yourself. So I'd like you to try this first. See if you have the discipline to carry it out on your own and the self-knowledge to know what your goals are. But if you want to take it to the next level and kind of it's like someone's taking steroids. Having a good coach behind you to walk with you will help you take it to that next level. So I'm here for you. I'm leaving my information below the video. So contact me when you want to book a session, and I'm here for you. I love you all. I care about you. I hope you can use this information. And I wish the best for you. And let me know in the comments below how it worked out. All right, I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great day, guys and girls.